It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports, Pete.
Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down, to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
At Rolls Rolla, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
You hear that sound? The sweet sounds of Sadie Sousa. We got the dog in the building today. Emotional support. I walked in the building and our friend at the front desk downstairs said, it's emotional support dog, right? Sure she is. You know, she supports me emotionally every day. So good to be back with you. Of course, we are presented by Slovachiks of West and D1 Crawford Austin Properties. Our boy Gordon Harriman should be coming up here later on today at some point. Croston offered properties. Gordon does his own podcast, right? Facing the Mirror, which is great. You can find that on the Rogue Media Network. And Secor Family Ford. We love Secor Family Ford. I got to take a trip out there and say what's up to those guys in a little bit. And I love having an opportunity to go out to West and kick it a little bit. But it all starts and ends with Slovacics. Don't ever forget about that. And Daniel Stark, injury lawyer, is also involved. And we are involved talking about women's basketball. We ended the week talking about Baylor's tilt with TCU. And it went down yesterday afternoon. The team lost. And the game was on FS1, which I don't know why. I had trouble finding that. It was a pain in the ass. I was like pulling up YouTube TV.
Well, it was a delayed start.
Oh, what?
Yeah. The game before went into overtime, so
Okay.
it started on FS2 and then moved over.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. I didn't even know that my buddy Madison Hawk, who does Inside the 12 with me, the football edition, she was actually an analyst on the game. So I'm going to try to get her on this week because I know she's going to be at the Big 12 tournament. I want to talk to her about what's going on with Baylor, what's going on in the world of women's basketball as we head towards this tournament. There is a lot to discuss when you talk about Baylor's hoops, whether it is men's or women. But this morning, we're going to start with the women. I texted Cam before the game, and I kind of blamed it on him. I'm like, wow, you got me really excited for women's basketball. And I was really pumped for this game. The line was Baylor minus 1.5. And I have it in writing if I had to show you, but I texted Cam. I said, I would hammer TCU on this one. I love TCU getting the points. I just do because TCU has shown us who they are this year. And TCU has a bread and butter offense, right? Like Sedona Prince, Haley Van Lath. Like, they're just able to score. Sadie, get out of there. What is she doing? She's just like hanging out by wires. Yeah. But Baylor doesn't have the rhythmic scoring that TCU has, and they certainly don't have it down the stretch, which is something that I feel like Nikki Collin, an amazing coach, and this isn't really, I shouldn't even say I feel like. Somebody put me onto this earlier this season, somebody who knows way more basketball than I do, a basketball person, former NBA guy and women's hoops junkie. Nikki has this amazing ability to operate in the world of X's and O's. And she's clearly a great leader of women and people in general. But I do feel as though her teams down the stretch, if there's one knock, and let's go ahead, this is sports, we like to find things that are wrong with stuff. And as we celebrate Baylor in this great regular season they had, winning 9 of their last 10 games, and you lose your last game for a regular season Big 12 championship, which, by the way, was the first time in 29 years the Big 12 came down to their very last game to decide the regular season championship. About 7,000, maybe more. I think a sellout yesterday at Foster. Yeah, a sellout, Scotty saying. And I feel like I shouldn't say we, but I do love Baylor. There is a panic that sets in with this team down the stretch when they're down or they need a shot. I've seen that before this season where they move too fast. There is a lack of moxie and know-how. And there's a real issue for Baylor and this team going down the stretch. And this is something I worry about a little bit. Sarah Andrews can't have 0 points. And she can't be 0 of 7 from 3, right? Like, that's your badass. Like, that's your person who leads you in confidence, right? I mean, like, if there's one thing Sarah Andrews gives you, she's a dog. And she's not afraid to take big shots. She's played more basketball games than any other woman in Baylor women's basketball history. She sat right over there with me in this studio earlier this year, and we talked about the type of player she is. And, if somebody, hey, get out of there. If somebody that's the dog, by the way, if you're just joining us. If she's the kind of girl like when everybody's leaving and you're going to the spot, right? Whether it's someplace to hang out at night, whether it is a place where you want to go to dinner, she's grabbing the keys, right? She's the type of person that grabs the keys. She's the driver. She's the leader. At the end of the game, like when a person with that personality that can score offensively is not involved at all, you better have somebody else who's like lights out on fire, right? Because otherwise, you've got a team now that's made up of, hey, what do we do here? Who's going to take this last shot? I will say major positive, and this is something you got to feel real good about if you're Baylor fans. Dariana Littlepage-Buggs didn't even play, and you still took them all the way down to the last possession. So it's a loss, but at the same time, it's something like it's really an opportunity to learn. TCU, by the way, what they have done is amazing. In the 2 years or the 3 years before this new coach took over, now this is his second year, they collectively won 7 games. 7 games, right? In 3 seasons. This was a dormant program. They are now one of the best programs in the country with some of the best talent. Sedona Prince, we chronicled her off the court adventures here last Friday in a pretty funny segment. And in her 7th year of eligibility, she is rocking and rolling for TCU. And I think she is a one of one. And when I texted Cam and I said, hey, I've got, Sedona Prince, I've got TCU winning this in a walk against Baylor, especially when I saw the line. All I'm thinking about is that Littlepage-Buggs isn't playing and Sedona Prince is Sedona Prince. And that's the type of player that you can lean on all the way deep into a tournament run. And I'll tell you one more thing that plays into Sedona Prince, and this is something that's positive. What has gone on off the floor, all the issues and concerns that have been raised, and TCU settling down and allowing her to stay with the team and to keep her status as eligible, right, on the floor. I think that shows us that whatever is going on, somebody had a conversation with her, right? And I do not think that Sedona Prince is the type of person, and I don't know enough about the situation, but we get to offer up opinions, right, based on the information we've been able to gather. I feel like we're not talking about somebody who's a felon. We're not talking about somebody who's like a nightmare or like a real bad person. I think we're talking about a young woman who's made some mistakes in relationships, right? Which, raise your hand. Yeah, exactly. That's everybody. I think maybe she's been scared straight a little bit, and really will be laser focused on the floor in the NCAA tournament, in the Big 12 tournament. So I say all that to say, look out for TCU. This is a very good team. And if I have one hope for Baylor, it is that they can find that bread and butter offense down the stretch, right, in big games, because there's going to be a bunch of them. Scotty, did you watch that game, the women's game?
Sorry,
now were you cooking? Were you barbecuing, or what was happening?
I did. I ended up getting into a pretty involved political conversation with my mother, which is not something we do often. So the first half I was a little distracted, and then we were really locked into the second half watching the game. I agree with everything you said. I'd be curious what you think. Bear the Truth asked a good question. If Bugs play, does Baylor win that game?
Yeah, I think so.
I definitely think at home.
Yeah. I do think they win, because Littlepage-Buggs, again, she's not she's frustrating too, because she'll miss a lot of bunnies, she's frustrating missing the layups and stuff.
I think what I love about this women's team, though, and they shot poorly last night too. That was
they shot 18 to 65 or something.
Terrible. So the combination of she didn't play and you shot horrible. If you shoot well and or if she plays, you'd think Baylor has a great shot to win that game. But what I was going to say is, this is a team that is easily Nikki Collins' deepest team ever. Yeah. There's 5 or 6 girls that can put up some points when needed, and I think that's really going to help them come tournament time. Yeah. That Baylor is not, you talk about Sarah Andrews, and Sarah Andrews is an important piece of this team, but last couple seasons, there were games where it felt like Sarah Andrews was the only one who could score. Yeah. And now it's there's 5 or 6 ladies here that can score at will, depending on the situation in the game. And so I still feel really good about this particular roster's opportunity in the tournament coming up, unlike our men's team, in which I feel the opposite.
What was the context of the political discussion?
How did it start? I don't even remember.
You don't want to.
We think differently about some things, which is normal, right? Like
100%.
I think we all think differently than our parents on some things.
And I think the ability to discuss politics in a tempered manner is something that we're missing here. And so the more you can do that, the more.
Exactly.
Like I was with Christy and her family last night, and they were saying some stuff openly, politically, that I necessarily didn't agree with. So I knew well, now's not the time to tango. You just kind of chill out and whatever, and you listen to it, because who wants to get into all that? But yeah, I think there's a civil way to go about all that stuff. Baylor basketball, men. Okay. There is something I think we all slept on, myself included. And I've had guys who know a lot about basketball. Again, like folks I've worked with at ESPN and coaches I've talked to. And I think a lot of us got it wrong. We checked out on Jeremy Roach. And I don't know how fair that was. There was a point in time where during the season, especially over the past maybe month or so, where I officially flipped a switch in my head that said he doesn't matter. He's a non-factor. Rob Wright is the guy, right? VJ Edgecombe is the guy. Norshad Omier is the guy. Those are the guys that if this team is going to take flight, that you're going to get contributions from, right?
I'll pull up a text. I'm still listening.
Yeah. I had Jeremy Roach was an afterthought for me, and shame on me and shame on Baylor fans for taking that approach. They needed somebody to have a night against Oklahoma State, and Jeremy Roach was the dude. Jeremy Roach was the guy who was able to step up and have a big game. 21 points, had a lot of big threes. That early run in the second half where Baylor put some distance between them and the Cowboys was huge. And I was really impressed with him. And the reason I bring it up is because I thought to myself, that's right. Jeremy Roach is a guy. And this is why I love sports.
Yeah.
And this is why we so often get prognostications wrong and predictions wrong, is that Jeremy Roach could catch fire and have just a crazy March and lose his mind.
That would be awesome.
And take Baylor to the second weekend.
We need it.
Really. I mean, that's what we need. But we always do this. We make the mistake of counting guys out, and then they come back and they surprise us. And the door is open for Jeremy Roach to do that to us. Now, again, if all we're really asking is for him to meet the expectations we set at the beginning of the season, which he was reaching earlier on. I mean, that the St. John's win's the best win Baylor has by far, and he won that game for them. And I think there was some stuff going on around the program and with him that sort of had him disconnected. Clearly, he's engaged again. And I saw it in the game I had when they played Colorado, and he kind of takes the keys now at the end of the game. All right, let me get your take on this.
I think this is what's fun about the industry we're in is everybody wants to have the hot take. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but the trope on ESPN right now is you have the hot take, right? So maybe the hot take last week was, Jeremy Roach sucks, whatever. Yeah. Okay. I think we can speak with some nuance and say what you just said is correct. Jeremy Roach could end up being the best player on this team in March. Could absolutely happen. Dude is talented. It's also true that he has not met expectations from when he came in, I think.
Sure.
Part of that has to do with this. I'm going to play point guard. And I'm not saying, I know everything. It's just I could see it in November when I went and watched Sam Houston State play here. I know that's not a big-time opponent, but every time Rob Wright came off the bench, the offense ran more efficiently.
Yeah.
You just knew, okay, this guy's a point guard. This guy's a combo guard, right? That's what Jeremy Roach is. I did get this text over the weekend. I'd be curious to your response. You might have a perspective on this too. I got a text. I won't say who texted me. Someone who knows. A former Scott Drew assistant apparently texted this person and said, kids don't leave Duke unless they're going to the NBA. If they're transferring, it's because they were asked to leave. And then somebody else texted back and said, well, he asked to be the point guard and they said no. And so I do think Scott Drew took a little bit of a risk. And I think that's a storyline that's interesting about this Jeremy Roach thing is talented basketball player. Yes. Accomplished. Yes. Has he underperformed this year? Yes. I don't know.
Hey, I love that.
Interesting kind of dialogue between those two perspectives, I think. None of us would say, no smart person would say, he sucks at basketball. But I think it's interesting to think he has underperformed. And I'm just be honest, Pete, right now, today, if Baylor needs to hit a shot to win the game, I want VJ taking it first. I think I want Rob Wright taking it second. And then probably Jeremy Roach.
But let me tell you what's going to happen is Jeremy Roach will take the shot if he's on the floor.
Yep.
Because that's what we've seen all year. I mean, if he's in the game and the clock is running down and Baylor needs a bucket, Jeremy Roach is going to be the guy that the entire team defers to. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. That's my perspective.
And I love that.
I think VJ and Rob have rightfully earned kind of the status of, hey, these are the two best players on this team right now. Yeah. But when you have a Roach or even an Omier to an extent, who I would say both have not lived up to billing.
Get off, Omier. Yes, he has.
No, he has not.
Tell me why.
Because he takes a lot of bad shots. And
they're usually coming off offensive rebounds that he generated himself.
And in a season, and this is not his fault, in a season when we did not prepare depth in the front court, he's too small. He can't be the 5 against a great 5.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
No,
it's not. But I also, the other text I got over the weekend, Pete, was that
let's go.
We chose Omier over Toppin, which now feels crazy. But I think the thing I was about to say before we got distracted, Omier or Roach is a sleeping giant. And by that, I mean, if you go into March and your game plan is let's run the offense through Rob Wright, or let's try to get VJ rolling because when he's an alpha, he's crazy good. But just know it at any point, Roach or Omier can score 25.
Yeah.
Like they can. They're capable of that.
The Toppin thing is crazy. That's a really interesting point. I have Texas Tech on Tuesday or on Wednesday. And so I did Texas Tech in, I guess, January and then earlier in December. And so you get a chance to kind of drop in, when you're calling a game, you drop in on these guys and then you pick up, oh my gosh, this guy every time. Now it's when in December he was hurt, January he was healthy and he was still kind of finding his way. And now it's just JT Toppin for president.
He's arguably the best player in the conference right now.
Yeah. Oh, he is. Yeah. And so you're telling me Baylor passed on him for
what I heard. I don't, that's not a super good source, but it's a good enough source for me. That's we basically chose Omier over Toppin.
Wow.
As a priority in the portal.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to give you one more reason why Mack Rhoades is the best athletic director in college sports. All right, stay with us.
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, BLOGIFY.ai today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIM-X. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at esimx.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
Pete Sousa Show. We are in the Alico building. I got my dog Sadie up here. I got my dog Scotty and my dog Zach. Arr, arr, arr. That's right. You know what we say right now? Where my dog's at? Oh, she's sitting? Oh, good. Oh, I shouldn't have blown it. Okay, good. She was hanging out right in front of the desk. So I watched the Oscars last night. I was like, it was so whatever. I am to the point now, I think it's getting older. When I was a kid, I was so into Hollywood. I was so into stars. I was so into like, these people are, I don't know, whatever. They were stars. They seem kind of untouchable. But then I got these two clowns singing about Wicked last night. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not, it's...
Pete, two clowns.
Ariana Grande, who's the other one?
Cynthia Erivo.
So those two women, look, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. And this comes right from the heart. Okay. Those two women take themselves way too seriously.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
But performing Wicked at the Oscars, which is one of the best musicals ever, and they are outstanding performers.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, look, you're right. Okay,
I'm not defending all their weird antics and interviews.
Yeah. You're right. They are ridiculously talented, and the ability to put together the artistry that they do. Wicked press tour. I felt like two aliens had dropped from another planet and were inhabiting Earth, trying to make sense of human beings. And that was not relatable or attractive to me at all as a viewer or somebody who consumes entertainment. Now, you can also say, hey, Pete, don't worry. Wicked's not for you. We didn't make it for you. We don't want you to watch it. And I get that too. But I felt myself watching the Oscars, at least for a good part of it, just disconnected. And I'm fine with that. And I'm sure folks in Hollywood are fine with that as well. I didn't see all the funny stuff. Zoe Saldana, she may have given the most impassioned speech in the world, but for crying out loud, she was losing her mind. But good for her. The Brody's awesome. I like Adrian Brody. I love what he had to say too. You know what was funny? Did you watch Adrian Brody? So he's doing his acceptance speech and he's doing the regular Hollywood, thanking everybody, thanking his wife or his girlfriend, his partner. Really cool. And then they start to play him off. And he's like, no. You're not going to play me off. And remember, he already won an Oscar. So he's like, this is my first rodeo. Like, you're not going to like stop the music, and they freaking turn the music off. And then he starts to talk about ending racism and hate and all this stuff. And I was watching with Christy. I turned to her. I was like, well, I ain't going to play him off now. I promise you that. Like, he's going to get his shots off. And he did. And it was a really cool message. And I've always thought Adrian Brody was really cool. And last night was no exception. There was an interesting moment. Andrew Garfield and Goldie Hawn presented together. And it was just, I mean, it's impossible for me to not just love Goldie Hawn, but that was a little cringe. I don't know. And I'm trying to think anything else I noticed. I will say the in memoriam was awesome. Morgan Freeman came out and shared some words about Gene Hackman, talked about working with him. And then they went into the whole in memoriam, which is so it really does grab you. When I see that Terry, I knew this, but you see all these people together, like James Earl Jones, Terry as a kid, that was probably one of the first movies. She was gorgeous, and a great actor. So Oscars were cool. I always am down for a big event. I'm always down for a red carpet. So I'm not knocking that side of it. I am as I will say more will be revealed there. And I don't think it's going to be great because, now it's showing, by the way, I got a defibrillator and so does he. And these things, they are constantly checking in and clocking what you're doing. And, he had his last life moment, I don't know, 10 days before he was found dead. So, there's some stuff going on there for sure. As to what it is, I have no clue. But again, more will be revealed. Bottom line is the guy lived 95 amazing years, and he, or at least from what we saw, I can tell you, before he disappeared from the public eye, he was super excitable as an actor. And I watched a movie on the way home from Utah yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes I get a weird bug up my ass. I'd never seen it, and Gene Hackman was in it, and so was Meryl Streep. The movie is called Postcards from the Edge. Meryl Streep plays anything like this. She plays an actress with a mom who's very successful in Hollywood. And it's almost like Judy Garland and her mom, right? Oh, yeah, Liza Minnelli and her mom, Judy Garland, because the mom's an alcoholic. But it's it's like a dark comedy. Oh, by the way, Meryl Streep, 1990, a 12. If we're going on a 1 to 10 scale. I had always looked at Meryl Streep because I was such a little kid. She didn't appeal to me like that. I always knew she was an amazing actor. Okay. I was like, this is okay. I had never experienced this. And just one of the most amazing actors. I was totally taken with her performance in this bullshit movie, which makes me think I got to go back and watch more Meryl Streep because she's just you can't take your eyes off her when she's on the screen. Baylor basketball, folks, for a little bit have taken their eyes off them, right? I felt like they were in for an ugly stretch, and it felt like the last home game against Houston wouldn't be a particularly great night to celebrate the seniors. Well, Mac Rhodes, once again, great minds think alike. Whether it was Mac or somebody else, they did senior night Saturday against Oklahoma State. A brilliant move. Two reasons why. One, you literally did see, and Scott Williams was calling the game for ESPN, and after the game I was doing was over, I went right to watch Baylor. And Scott brought up a great point. Lowell Galindo, who he was calling the game with, was hey, Baylor's they're not playing well. They're shooting terrible from the line and this and that. And Lowell was doing a great job kind of putting the whole game as to why we got here, why they got where they were in the game. Because, Oklahoma State was up by 10 points in the first half. And Scott was like, look, I can tell you from my experience being at Carolina and also like, what this does to teams, the celebration before is like emotional. There's a lot going on there. Your family's there. It's just like, it's not at all out of the realm that you're going to come out of the gate a little weird and a little clunky. And that's exactly what Baylor did against Oklahoma State. Something you can ill afford to do against Houston, regardless of where you're playing them and regardless of what they've wrapped up as far as, the regular season Big 12 championship is concerned or seeding for the Big 12. So I thought that was a great move to celebrate the seniors on Saturday night. And I think obviously in the end it worked out. You got a big home win. I also got a message over the weekend from Swingler about the frustration of being a Cowboys fan. If you guys didn't see it, well, Deebo Samuel is now a Washington Commander. And apparently that sent Scotty through the roof somewhere out in China Spring.
You got it.
So why all of the frustration? I mean, like, I know, but I want you to tell me. I don't know.
This just exacerbates the incompetence of Jerry Jones. Okay. So first of all, initial reaction is I do not want this guy in my division on an already way overperforming great Washington Commanders team that made the NFC Championship game. Now they add I know he had a rough season this year. I know it was not his best, but one of the most dynamic all-around playmakers in the NFL with Jaden Daniels, with Scary Terry. Not happy about it. So that was my initial reaction. Then my next reaction was this, Pete. Do you know what they had to give up for Deebo Samuel? A 5th-round pick. That's it. That's it. They took his contract and gave him a 5th-round pick. I made a graphic for you, Pete. You want to know the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and everybody else?
Yeah, let's see.
Here's the difference. The Dallas Cowboys traded a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo. I'm going to tell you something. When I Googled Jonathan Mingo to get this picture for this graphic, there are more pictures of him playing at Ole Miss, even though he's been in the NFL for 3 seasons, because he hasn't done jack squat in the NFL. You're telling me you could have gotten Deebo Samuel for a 5th-rounder, and we wanted Jonathan Mingo for a 4th, who didn't even play hardly for the Cowboys after we acquired him midseason.
That is the Cowboys in a nutshell.
It is. And then everyone's like, well, Deebo had a bad year. Pete, I'm going to put these players next to each other. On the left, you have Jonathan Mingo's best season, his best season in the league as a rookie. He had 43 receptions for 418 yards. No touchdowns. This man has yet to score a touchdown in an NFL football game. And on the right, you have Deebo Samuel's, quote, worst season, which was this past year. He had 51 receptions for 670 yards, 42 carries for 136 yards, and 4 total touchdowns.
Keep going.
Pete, I'm done. This is it. This is the plight of being a Dallas Cowboys fan. This is why I get so animated and angry. This is why, you having a good time taking a video of my unhinged rant? This is why I can't take it, man. And if it tells you anything about how passionate I'm getting about this, and the fact that I'm riding with the Cowboys tells you how mad I am at Nico Harrison too. But we don't. Well,
at least you're still. I give you credit. At least you're on board still with the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're still my team. Yeah. They're just idiots.
That's a great. Can you put that graphic back up one more time?
Yeah, the statistical. Yeah,
that's you did a hell of a job with this, man. Good God. I mean, so that's best and worst. And okay, if I'm going to push back a teeny weeny bit. Okay, the Cowboys needed a wide receiver in season, right? That was sort of a desperate move.
Okay, and you know what happened days after they traded for Jonathan Mingo?
What happened?
The Chiefs traded a nothing burger to acquire DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, okay.
So man, I know there's different philosophies on this thing, but I would 10 out of 10 times rather have an older vet who is at least a proven commodity in the league, even if they're on the backside of their career, DeAndre Hopkins, over a 3rd-year receiver whose best year was his rookie year, and he didn't score any touchdowns.
I talked to Christy's cousin Darren last night because it was a big family dinner, and he's like legit sports. He like not like this dude knows sports inside and out, especially Dallas sports. And he said to me, it was the first time we talked since Luka. He's like, dude, I have not watched sports since that trade. He's like, he said that was like the one thing, being a fan in this area, like I really, really could be excited about was Luka on the Mavs. That was my whole sports existence.
I know that these studies don't happen quickly. Like we'd probably hear about this 2 years from now. I would love to know the perceived value, monetary value of the Dallas Mavericks brand the week before the trade and currently.
Yeah.
Because I bet it has dropped significant because again, you got me into this too. Good grief. They severely underestimated what that move was going to do to their fan base.
Yeah.
Like it is a disaster, but the disaster I was really mad about is Deebo Samuel is now going to play against my Cowboys twice a year.
It is a nightmare here.
And would it surprise any of us? Would it surprise any of us if Cliff Kingsbury has the secret sauce to get him playing like he was 2 or 3 seasons ago? Especially when he's going to be the number 2 guy. Terry McLaurin's still going to be their number 1 receiver. Like, you're telling me that guy can't have 50 carries and 50 catches next season for like a ton of production?
Yeah.
With Jaden Daniel? Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, that's a great trade. There's no question about it. It's an absolutely great trade. And it's actually a good trade for the 49ers too, because he kind of wanted out of there. So they got, at least they get a 5th round pick for him. Tomorrow, by the way, Paul Biancardi from ESPN is going to talk to us about college basketball and college basketball recruiting. Also, probably have Tony Hayden join us to talk about White Lotus. Wanted to bring one more thing about pop culture and TV into this before we get to Nick Picht, standing by ready to talk about the Major League Baseball. He's literally warming up in the bullpen. I watched the show Running Point with Kate Hudson. It's fun. It's a fun show. Suspend disbelief. Like, don't even try to get into like, is this a real story or whatever. It's certainly, there are parallels for Jeannie Buss, no question. It's so interesting. They make the coach is like he's like a Zen master that she's clearly like attracted to and flirts with. So that would be like the Jeannie Buss and Phil Jackson. But she also does have a husband at the time who's like at home and like makes her super happy. That's got to be like present day Jay Moore. And then the brothers both kind of, I think, have aspects to the Buss brothers. Like one guy gets in trouble for smoking crack and gets arrested. So now he's got to turn the team over to Jeannie. I think there's a little bit of reality there, right? But most of all, it's just like a fun show. Chet Hanks is like way better than you. I mean, I don't know what Chet Hanks has been up to. Besides, I remember White Boy Summer was one thing he declared. I know he was rapping. I know he was doing a lot of drugs, and I know he's Tom Hanks's kid. I know he's sober now, and he's awesome. And there's a couple. I liked it. I watched the first episode in about 3/4. I'm looking forward to watching White Lotus tonight. I'm looking forward to talking to Nick Picht, the Pete Sousa, with our boy Nicky P from Queens.
We'll be right back after these quick words from our sponsors. This is Rogue Media Network.
Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com. Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and OrganicHemp.com. Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internx.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Calling all Marvel fans, get Marvel Unlimited and unlock over 30,000 comics featuring your favorite heroes and iconic stories, all available to read anytime, anywhere. Whether you're into classic tales or the latest adventures, there's something for everyone. Don't miss out. Head to marvel.com/unlimited today and start your Marvel journey now.
And now, back to our show.
Nick.
Yo.
Okay, first of all, what is this new look, dude? You look like the guy that kicked out of the Backstreet Boys.
What do you think, huh?
AJ McClain.
Yeah. This is Silvestri encouraged and Silvestri approved, so I guess we're gonna stick with it.
I like it.
Your feed is basura, my friend. You're like going in and out on me here. I don't know. I could turn my do I could turn my thing sideways?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wait, that's maybe it's this way. Let's see if that way.
Yeah, that's good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I hear you. It's just like your feed is just like kind of going in and out. Yeah, like you're out again. Like I don't have. Yeah, like your video is rat.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna call you right now. Shut yourself down. I'm calling you. We did get it. He looks good, right? I don't care. I mean, it's not your fault. Well, of course it's frustrating, but what are we gonna do? What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the phones because that's what we do. So we're gonna connect with Nick right now. I'm gonna call him. I'm dialed into Roadcaster. This is live stuff, folks. All right. Make sure I don't call Nick rude, one of my bosses at ESPN. Okay.
Yo.
Nick.
Peter.
All right, we're having some issues with the video, so we're gonna go phone for today, okay?
I don't care, that's fine.
But everybody knows how handsome you are.
Yeah, now they know, right? Now they know the bearded Nick.
Nick, you know who's in the room right now?
Talk to me.
Sadie.
Sadie Suze?
Yeah, she's up here right now.
Dude, how's our girl?
She's good. I mean, I'll never forget that your wonderful, lovely, better half, Shelly, was the first person that I actually saw get through to Sadie.
Yeah, Shelly's kind of like Cesar Millan, dude.
She's good with the dogs, huh?
Yeah. I told you we put Nellie down a while ago, huh?
Yeah, what happened?
She was bad. She's old, sick, and it's time to go, man.
I never know with you, son of a New York City police officer. I wasn't sure if she like wet inside twice in one day, and that was it for you.
Well, she used to do that for like 4 years on end. So, you know, it 2 became 4, became 6, became 8.
Hey, before we get into baseball, because that's why you're here. Hey, Scotty, can you turn the volume up a little bit for me? What do you do? What is the remedy for that? Because Sadie is, I don't have many carpets where I live because I know better. But when she goes over to Christie's, she will wet, like, you know, every like other day, she'll find a spot to mark some shit up. How do you fight that?
Well, Sadie's also what, 80 pounds heavier than Nellie was. Dude,
yeah,
we strapped up poor Nellie with diapers, and that was it. Yeah, dude, for like the past, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years of her life, maybe even longer.
But then doesn't the diaper smell like urine?
I mean, yeah. So you had to machine wash them, dog. We bought like 20 diapers and we just machine washed them.
What do you think that does to the dog's like peace of mind?
I didn't care. That might be cold, but I didn't care because me on my hands and knees cleaning pee off the floor was getting to be about enough.
You are one of the best guys out there. All right, let's get into baseball.
What do you know?
Your Yankees are plus 800 to go back to the World Series. What the like? Are you kidding me with those odds?
Why? Why?
So
what
the
do you
rest
mean?
of the
They should be
American League,
longer or
like, not
shorter?
even play? That's ridiculous, dude.
You want them to be longer, or you want them to be shorter?
I mean, I can't believe, like, if I want to bet on the Yankees to win, I don't know. That's wild, dude. I'm impressed. It's Yankees once again, right? All in on the Yankees.
Well, I don't know. It depends on what kind of take you want from me. Because what have I done? What do I think? Or what do I say, right? Because what have I done? I've bet other teams to win the American League because you should. Because you should bet the Tigers. You should bet the Red Sox. Why not take a flyer on the Rays? What happens if Minnesota pitches good? Like, fuck it. I wouldn't bet the Yankees to go back to the World Series, but that's just me. What do I think? I think they did a really nice job of pivoting after they lost maybe the best hitter in baseball. But what do I say? Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, people like you, the mainstream media, wants to talk about the Yankees, so they're going to be a short price to win the World Series again.
So who do you like the Yankees to go back to the World Series, or do you just not like them as a bet because they're just not going to pay the odds you want?
No, I'm serious though. I think they actually have done a nice job to pivot out of the whole Soto saga.
Yeah,
I think Fried is really good. Obviously, their closer is improved. Like, Devin Williams is a better closer than Clay Holmes, and the pieces like Paul Goldschmidt will hit some in that stadium, and I think Cody Bellinger will be a great fit in that stadium. And another year of Austin Wells behind the plate will be really good, and maybe Jason Dominguez will give you something in the outfield. You know, like, a lot of people like him. I mean, like 2020 kind of guy, maybe not. But I think they did enough. I just think the American League is crazy wide open. Wide open. Anybody can win that league.
Who's a dark horse? Like, who's a good bet? Like, I like how you mentioned Detroit. They're a 30-1.
Detroit, dude. Detroit. Why not? Why not Detroit? They did it last year with a bunch of like, you know, you looked at the TV and you were like, these guys?
Yeah.
Maybe they all get a little bit better. You know, I kind of like their young guys that have a lot of talent. I mean, the Red Sox are scary for sure. Their bullpen's trash, but they're scary. Their starting pitching is good on paper. Bregman is a nice fit. Like, there would be an interesting piece. Minnesota has really good starting pitching too, and the Central's pretty open. I like Texas a lot.
Yeah. So what do you talk to me about the Rangers? They're 25-1.
Dude, I love the Rangers. I bet the Rangers to win the Central. I bet the Rangers to have a first round bye. I bet the Rangers to win the American League. Like, the Rangers are good, dog. If they stay healthy.
Yeah, and I think that they will. I think last year, I think that was the deal, right? They were hurt all year long, decimated by injuries. This year, they really seem like they have the band back together and ready to go. And like you said, if they can keep it clean, they should have a real good shot. I mean, this is the reigning.
It's funny how all that works, though. It's funny how that works, Pete. You know, like, these teams that go so deep in October and into November, they make that long run, and guys get burnt out, guys get hurt. Kind of shit happens the following year.
Well, yeah, and honestly, you go on the banquet circuit after you win. That's never like the best thing for your off season.
No, why do you think it's so hard to repeat as a World Series? We haven't had a repeat World Series winner in since the Yankees, probably, right? 99, 2000?
Wow, I did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, dude. But if Jacob deGrom is healthy, they have some young arms that are good. Like, some of their position players that had weird injuries are back and play games. I love Texas's team.
Talk to me about the Yankees and their facial hair. That new rule.
Dude, the Yankees got rid of their facial hair policy, and then I grew a beard. It's only right.
What were your thoughts on that? You're a lifelong Yankees fan.
Yo, the craziest thing, man, is if you don't think that, like, that the Yankees are just the epicenter of the sports world, that is such a non-story, and all everyone did was talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, who cares, dude? Let the guys grow a little facial hair, keep it nice and clean, and it's all good.
Well, your boy
It is
Hal had a
crazy, though.
20-minute press conference on that. That's so ridiculous.
Dude, about facial hair, dude. How about a 20-minute press conference on who's going to play third base for this team? What are we doing, dog? Like, I don't know. The facial hair thing is such a non-story. Thurman Munson had a giant beard and was the captain of the Yankees in the 70s. It's such a non-story.
And so when did they institute that?
76.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. A great quote, dude, by George Steinbrenner, too, because that was going around the old the artist formerly known as Twitter feed about when George Steinbrenner created the facial hair policy. Thurman Munson was like, Jesus had a beard. And apparently the story goes that George Steinbrenner said to him, see that puddle of water over there? You walk on top of that and I'll let you grow a beard.
All right. Well, I got one more for you before we let you out of here. What?
That's it? That's all you got me for?
Well, dude, we're going to have you back. We're up against this show ends in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. 5 minutes. Big
well,
show.
by the way,
right,
this is, we're live. We're live every day now. So, Nick, you're going to be a big part of this. All right.
All right.
ESPN next year. No more MLB on ESPN.
Thank the good Lord, dude.
All right, so you're a diehard baseball. What's the story? Take me inside your thought process towards a statement that says "Thank goodness."
Because I am sick of ESPN's season by season patchwork job of how they're going to cover the games. I can't deal with it. It's been so much turnover, or at least it feels like so much turnover from the fan side that, like, you don't know who's calling the games. It feels like the people that they're putting in to call them are an interesting choice, to say the least. I miss John Miller and Joe Morgan, man. Fixtures for years.
Well, Joe Morgan's not coming back. You know that, right?
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, I miss, obviously. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I miss the consistency. I miss, like, baseball tonight every night. You kind of knew what you were getting. And ESPN does this very weird thing where they, like, patchwork job their coverage. And I can't stand it. And I just wish they would take Joe Buck and I wish they would have just put Joe Buck on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah.
That would have been so much better.
But he doesn't want to do that.
No, I know. And I don't blame him, dude. Make $10 million to call Monday Night Football. Sign me up.
What about, like, baseball kind of disappearing from the ethos? If you, like, where are you guys going to go?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Where are you going to put, where's it going to go?
Man, I don't know. That's a good one. I think the best business decision, at least for Major League Baseball, is what they'll try to do, what everyone else is trying to do, like the NFL. Like, they'll try to piecemeal the weekly games. Amazon, Apple, they'll do some games on Fox. They'll do some games here and there. But that's a really good question, Pete. What do they do? I'm not sure, man. I don't know who gets the lion's share of the games.
Is there a fear factor? Well, you're so hardcore, like, you're going to watch all 162 either way.
Yeah, dude, I have the MLB thing, so I don't really care.
Yeah. And what do you think this does for the casual fan?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. I wish I could tell you what the answer is, but I don't know it. I guess we'll have to see it play out. My thought would be that somebody would take it, right? Someone should take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Fox
it's so interesting
with
what's going on with all these regional sports networks, like going belly up, and I think some of the teams now are going to produce and broadcast the games. We're in a whole new world now, and I don't know. Because I love baseball. At the end of the day, I love it. Right? It was probably my number one sport until I was like 12.
Yeah, man.
And it's all I thought about, all I did. And I want it to stay prominent. I want it to stay right in the middle of the conversation. And I just worry, like, when things get away from a network like ESPN, which is like, the worldwide leader, whatever you want to call it. I don't want Major League Baseball to go by the wayside. And I don't think it ever will in, like, local markets, but just for new generations of fans. I mean, they did such a good job with the pitch clock. I think it was reinvigorating to a lot of people.
Definitely. And I think the whole Aaron Judge home run thing reinvigorated a lot of people because it brought back that nostalgia from the late 90s. And I think the Shohei Ohtani thing is big time appointment television, now that he's going to pitch again. So I think MLB has a lot of draw. It's just, I don't know why we're not finding the lane to get it in there. Because if you tell me I want to watch the Hornets and the Wizards on February 17th at 7:30 p.m., I got another thing for you, dog. Trust me when I tell you.
When are you going to get engaged?
Dude, sooner as opposed to later. Sooner as opposed to later. I don't give away my secrets on the air,
All right, well, you better hurry up, okay?
Yeah, I'm following in your footsteps. So, one thing at a time.
All right, Nicky P, you'll be joining us soon. I love you, brother. Thanks for all the help.
Anytime, brother. Love you.
I love you too. Davis.
Are you calling to tell me we got 15-game football package?
No, you're on the Pete Sousa show right now. You got it?
I am.
Is everything okay?
Everything's good. Everything's wonderful. Wonderful. Just returning your call. I mean, let's schedule something for me to go on. I have a lot of thoughts about the Commanders.
I want your instant input right now. What do you think about the Deebo Samuels?
I mean, 5th round, you're not giving up much. So, I don't mind it, but I don't like the spot. I don't think he's going to be one of these guys like AJ Brown. He's got to get his touches. Is he going to come in and fit with Terry McLaurin and be okay with being the number one guy? He's 29, I think, so he's not that old yet as far as football is concerned. But just what does he bring if he comes in and is
I appreciate this opinion. Like, you guys had you have such a good thing going, locker room wise, chemistry wise. You're a little worried that could get screwed up.
Exactly. And I love to see. I think the upside is there as far as risk reward is concerned. I think the reward is a lot higher than the risk, but with a 5th round draft pick. But you're still going to be probably regardless one and done. Because if he does have a great year, I don't know that the Commanders will pay him what he's looking for. But we'll see. I think that I'm not in love with it, but it's a 5th round draft choice that it's hard to hit on that 5th round draft choice anyway.
All right. Did you see I gave Magna some props on?
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, I saw that. That was a shout out, Dirty High.
Yeah, the guy Joe Sannon is amazing, and I've been waiting for him to have a big game all year long so I could talk about Mark, and I did. And
the Chris Herron pull right away. Obviously, Chris Herron went there with the stories of Mark, but the Chris Herron pull right away, and then to Mark Magna, it's like, look, this guy does his research. He knows stuff. I mean, it was.
All right, we got to roll. I'll holler at you later today.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, that'll wrap it up. The Pete Sousa Show presented by Slobotics. Thank you so much to Scotty Swingler and Zach Burke for staying flexible with me while I answer other calls. But I did want to hear Matt's take on Deebo. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, Paul Biancardi from ESPN. I'm going to talk to us about college basketball recruiting, how much different it is. And then Madison Hawk, who called the Baylor women's game. We're going to track her down, talk to her on Wednesday, hopefully, from the Big 12 women's tournament. Because she's there doing some hosting for ESPN. So we're going to keep it rolling. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. We'll check you tomorrow.
It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level when we shut down to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at 70 miles an hour. I was injured, had a concussion. The insurance company, they delayed. They were playing games from the initial conversation. They weren't going to help me. The biggest thing I learned through this is that you can't go through this alone. I called Daniel Stark. They were going to help me, and everything was going to be all right. Daniel Stark got me 10 times the insurance company offered.
The difference is Stark.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. We are Rogue Media Sports.